This Wednesday, we'll choose one. Holy realignment. This Wednesday is unlike the others. It has a frequency that corresponds with destiny. It isn't simply another day on the calendar. It's a sacred appointment. Something unseen but very strong is in action. Some of the gears in your life have been rusted or even forgotten, and they're going to be adjusted. But not at random. Not unintentionally, but divinely. This Wednesday marks the type of spiritual recalibration that alters not just your route, but also how you follow it. Watch this video till the finish, since the alignment that is starting deserves your attention. It's an enthusiastic agreement, and you may leave your best wishes and numbers in the comments. 777. This is a holy time when your aspirations may take root in reality. The cosmos does not react to fear. It reacts to faith. It reacts to the revelation of your soul. And now, as you write and release, you are activating the field of manifestation. You are awakening what has been dormant in the soil of your destiny. Now choose one. I like this video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and let's get started. This Wednesday does not wait for you to be ready in the manner that the world understands preparedness. Rather, it moves in divine time. What is occurring now is not dependent on your perfection, but on your consent. Are you prepared to let a greater order take over what has been chaotic? Are you ready to accept that certain actions are beyond your comprehension, reserved only for those who have weathered the storm, braved the darkness, and remained faithful to their light? You are being reconnected with people, places, and causes that correspond to your higher vibration. You've been surrounded by items that benefited a previous version of yourself. Relationships, habits, routines, and surroundings that were previously aligned but have since become misaligned. The contradiction you've been experiencing isn't coincidental. This is heavenly feedback. This is a message. The message is straightforward. Your time is not coming. Your time has come. However, a stronger version of yourself must develop. Complete realignment implies that things may change rapidly. People may leave abruptly. Opportunities may feel weird. Don't panic. This is heavenly editing. This is the spiritual architect, rewriting the layout so that you may really enjoy the benefit you have been given. A realignment might seem like a breaking, but it is really a building. You're not being punished. You're being positioned. This Wednesday will serve as the marker. This is the hinge moment. The spiritual compass is being fixed for your best interests. You are not behind. You aren't late. You are not forgotten. But you're being recalibrated for what comes next. Expect previous emotions to arise throughout the recalibration. Not for agony, but for relief. Certain memories are likely to become more prevalent. Not to haunt, but to heal. You might anticipate silence from certain folks. Not to injure you, but to show you who is only related to the misaligned version of yourself. This is hallowed ground now. Not anyone can walk here. Not everything can remain. Complete realignment implies that your chronology is collapsing into divine accuracy. What formerly took years will now take hours. What seemed to be far away is now quite close. However, you must believe what you cannot see yet. Everything is being organized, rerouted, reformed. God is not going slowly. God is moving the holy. And the holy does not hurry because it lasts. This explains why you've been delayed. So whatever comes will not break under strain. You are not being set up for a moment. You are being formed for a movement. This Wednesday is a sign from the skies that the wheel is turning. The alignment has been approved. Now the transition must begin. Even if you don't feel it now, the blueprint for your reality is being rebuilt. Conversations are being scheduled. Rooms are being opened. Paperwork is being cleared. Hearts are being prepared. The orchestration is above your pay grade. However, the consequence is your inheritance. So stride bravely into Wednesday. Do not bring your old energy into a new time frame. Do not utter phrases that are based in your pain into a world that acknowledges your reality. Don't reduce your frequency only to stay acquainted. Company realignment often results in loneliness at first, but this is only because the route is being opened for the divine. You aren't losing anything. You are creating space. Pay attention to what you're thinking. Take care of your tongue. Pay attention to your surroundings. Your surroundings is communicating. So is your spirit. Do not disregard the strain. Do not repress your clarity. This is a readjustment, not a repetition. You aren't traveling in circles. You are being drawn into a spiral of increased development. The environment may seem familiar, but this time you have knowledge. This time, you own inner richness. This time, you know what to do when a door opens, and you're not frightened to shut the incorrect one. The chosen one. You have waited long enough. This Wednesday isn't about force. It's about flow. It's about knowing when the hand of God is tweaking the angles in your life. What didn't work previously may now work. What previously failed to reach you may now come. What has been rejected, you may now regret it. However, your concentration is not on demonstrating anything to anybody. It's about remaining on track with the task. Holy realignment is not only an idea, it is an experience. It's when your soul finally exhales, realizing it's on the correct track again. When it occurs, everything starts to move in unison. Your emotions help to regulate your steps and give you confidence. Your intuition becomes sharper. You know where you're going. Even if you cannot view the whole map, you just know that knowledge is precious. Honor it. There will be signage on Tuesday. Subtle ones, clear ones, heavenly whispers, and maybe divine storms. In any case, do not miss the message. Do not miss the alignment. Don't remain in cycles just because you're afraid to shift course. Some bridges have burned because you were not meant to go back over them. Let them burn. Let them go. Realignment indicates that your path is spiritual, not emotional. This upheaval is going to change the course of your year. You will look back and think, that was the moment, not because of a spectacular statement, but because of a quiet commitment to follow your objective at all costs. Alignment will cost you previous versions of yourself, but it will result in the version that was always meant to rise. You cannot take everyone with you. You are not intended to. Your brilliance will be muted by the wrong people. Your favor will be thwarted by misguided allegiance. Let it go. Let them go. You are being unkind. You are being picked. When the alignment is completely locked in, you will feel it in your bones. Peace will replace pressure. Confusion will give way to vision. Confidence will supplant comparison. You will cease requesting permission to be strong. You will cease shrinking to fit into shadows. This Tuesday, heaven will deliver you a key. Not to the old rooms, but to places no one imagined you'd ever go. Open them with boldness. Walk in with dignity and speak with fire. Love with clarity. Move as if you knew. This is your season of readjustment. You have waited, suffered, questioned, and endured, but now you've risen. Not just higher, but truer. We welcome the readjustment. Accept the sacred change and believe the truth. Your life is achieving heavenly symmetry. Everything that is out of place is being put correctly. You'll see. You will feel. You'll become. There's something hallowed about divine upheaval. It never announces itself in the same way that pandemonium does. It may not necessarily come with thunder and lightning. Sometimes it comes as a whisper, a nudge in the soul. A dream you can't shake. A moment of quiet. It suddenly seems divine. This Tuesday, that whisper is turning into a roar in your soul. You are being drawn inside to be redirected forth with clarity, conviction, and consecration. Realignment often begins with irritation, a feeling that something isn't right anymore, even if it once seemed secure. That is not confusion. That is wonderful. Reprogramming. You are no longer compatible with what has kept you in cycles. You're outgrowing circumstances that were previously necessary for survival, but no longer serve your purpose. This Tuesday is more than just another pivot. It is a divine reversal. A return to the road you were born on before life attempted to shape you into anything less than your purpose. You felt the strain, the indescribable sensation that something has to change, that you can't keep pretending the old is still aligned when it's already expired. You feel it when you wake up. You may sense it even while you're quiet. You may sense it even while you're celebrating. Because your soul recognizes when it is not really home. But here's some good news. That sensation is proof that alignment is on its way. You are not lost. the chosen one. You are going through a transformation. Transition usually precedes change. This Tuesday is about holy detachment. You can't keep holding on to things that aren't helping you grow. Yes, it served you. Yes, you were once made to feel noticed. However, it is now preventing you from taking the following step. God is not punishing you by eliminating things. He is safeguarding the real you by sharing the truth. And the reality is, many of the people, projects, and routines you've clung to were only designed for a season, not a life. Their chapter is coming to an end, and your narrative is about to become more intense. You're not being abandoned. You are being repositioned. Not with noise, but with heavenly subtlety. You will not have to justify yourself to everyone. You will not have to justify your change. Those that share your frequency will understand. Those who don't will stray. Let them. Certain exits are required for arrival. Some misconceptions serve as precious shields, protecting your soul as your journey progresses. Be still. Don't panic. Heaven has never been more aware of your position. Divine aid has been assigned to this readjustment. You're not alone. You will begin to encounter individuals that feel like destiny in human form. Because they are. These individuals are not distractions. These are confirmations. They are reflections of the new level you've been silently working toward. You will sense the resonance. You'll experience tranquility. You will feel at peace. This is how alignment moves. Not with effort, but with consent. Your assignment is no longer optional. This Tuesday isn't a reset. It's a relaunch. You are being unveiled in your true self, your voice, and divine authenticity. The masks are falling. The faking is finished. People have become used to this version of you. The one who remained mute, who remained little, who made a deal to avoid controversy. That version cannot be shown anymore. Something very strong is churning in your gut. Something very urgent is surging in your bones. It must be released. And release is a component of realignment. You cannot go into the future carrying the weight of unresolved sadness, regret, or humiliation. Those obligations are illusions based on a tale you no longer believe in. You have already been pardoned. You have already been redeemed. You have already been rebuilt. So move openly. Trust again. Dream again. Not through the prism of who you were, but in the light of who you are becoming. This Tuesday, holy time is unlocked. That implies doors that were before locked are now open. Not because you battled harder, but because you eventually agreed. Divine timing respects the divine identity. When you remember who you are, the world realizes what it owes you. That's why delays are occurring. That is why momentum is increasing, because you are vibrating at the level of your genuine name. Again, not the name bestowed by circumstance, but the one imprinted on your soul. Holy realignment will first feel alien in your life. The stillness will get louder. Steps will feel slower. Clarity may arrive in shards, but stick with it. Maintain alignment. Stay. Surrender. This is not pandemonium. It is choreography. It is what occurs when you disconnect from the world's cacophony and tune in to the divine pulse. Every move, shift, every turn. It is all on purpose. Even the portions that aren't clear yet. As circumstances change, so must your viewpoint. You cannot perceive the next season through the prism of your scars. You must view through the prism of your value. That implies you should cease anticipating disappointment. That is, you stop questioning when things seem simple. That implies you should stop considering every wonderful thing as a trick. You're not cursed. You're not unfortunate. You are in agreement. And this alters everything. This Tuesday will bring signs. Some will be little. A message. You want a moment of tranquility that you hadn't experienced in years. Others may be large. A significant opportunity. A surprising relationship. Breakthrough. Long late. However, don't base the alignment on how loud it is. Measure it by how genuine it feels. The reality of your journey may not always be spectacular, but it will always be divine. Your posture is crucial. Now keep open. Maintain a sense of stability. Stay thankful. Don't pursue something you've outgrown. Do not grieve. God blocked doors to protect you. Don't wait for permission to become strong. Walk with a sense of alignment. Speak as if you're called love, as if you were entire. The new you hasn't just arrived. It's already arrived. Remember, when you go through this sacred realignment, you are not going backwards. You are not repeating. You are ascending. This is what it looks like to be transported by grace into a future created by heaven. You did not miss your opportunity. It has just arrived. You did not defeat your mission. It is being restored. You didn't fall very far. You were diverted. And now, you are now remembered by everything that was designed for you. Welcome. This Tuesday is more than a snapshot in time. This is a mirror. It represents the version of yourself that is prepared, positioned, and authorized by divine order to ascend. Not with force, but with flow. Not with noise, but with knowledge. The tumult inside you is giving way to a sense of peace. And being calm does not imply weakness. Power is under control. Alignment is made obvious via presence. You're no longer attempting to persuade anybody about who you are. You're becoming it in quiet, and everything around you will change. Belief alone is insufficient for holy realignment. It demands embodiment. This is not about what you claim to believe. It's about how you walk, how you move, how you decide. Every option is either in or out of sync with your task. And on Tuesday, you will be given the opportunity to adjust your path. Not because you were wrong, but because you are ready to be right. This realignment requires you to review your behaviors, language, and rhythm. You will begin to notice what feels weighty and what feels sacred. What once seemed exhilarating may now feel tiresome, not because it has lost value, but because it no longer corresponds with your goals. Allow that awareness to lead you. Energy never lies, and the more you choose alignment over attachment, the more free you will feel in your spirit. This season will reward honesty rather than brilliance. Your abilities are strong, but it is your alignment that makes them effective. You've seen what happens when you utilize your strength in unbalanced environments. It drains you. It annoys you. It confuses you. That was never supposed to be your norm. You are now being urged to wield your power wherever it flows, not only where it is permitted and respected. Not merely seen. You are a receptacle for something divine. You've always known it. That notion that you are carrying something larger than yourself, something beyond your comprehension. It was not a matter of imagination. It was based on intuition. And now it's time to move the vessel to the appropriate stream, the right current. Because when you are put where you belong, everything you have starts to flourish. You don't even need to attempt. It unfolds naturally. But there will be tests. Tests of patience, pride, and readiness to let go of what formerly characterized you. Will you hold to the identity created during misalignment? Will you trust the version of yourself that emerges from this divine alignment? That is the true choice, not where you go, but who you are, while on the run. And after you've decided who you want to be, the road will become clearer. The chosen one. Do not mix stillness with stagnation. You could feel halted, but you're not trapped. You are being calibrated. The stillness you sense is not an absence. It's time to prepare. You are being fine-tuned in the spirit before being released into the natural. Trust the internal work. The deeper the roots, the greater the ascent. You are grounding yourself in reality so that you do not disintegrate when visibility arrives, which it will. Doors you thought were closed are suddenly open because the real you is knocking. You don't seem desperate. You are manifesting as destiny. And fate does not ask. It has an attractive quality. It does not hustle. It harmonizes. You are entering a beat that cannot be replicated, only divinely arranged. And that rhythm will take you further than any effort could. Holy realignment may not always seem fair to your body, but it will always be true to your future. It may take you away from comfort, but it will lead you to clarity. That's why you shouldn't fight the pull. What seems uncomfortable today is creating way for what you've asked for. Don't impede your progress by clinging to things your spirit has outgrown. Your energy is valuable in this season. Take caution where you invest it. You do not owe everyone access. You do not need to justify your absence to folks who have never cherished your presence. You aren't growing arrogant. You are getting conscious, and the aligned possess the gift of awareness. You can now see what is draining you. You can now tell what's taking so long. You do not ignore it. That sensitivity is precious. It's saving your life.